I'm Madeleine Harvey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This is a super special video that we have for you today. And we're going to be exploring what does vocal freedom, what does it feel like? How do we explore and engage the body so that we can have more of everything that we want? More freedom, more confidence, and just more feeling at home in our own voices. So today's video is an introductory video to 3 huge components of the voice. These 3 components will form the absolute core foundation of the way that you will use your voice moving forward. So it's no small thing, but it is an introduction. So fear not, I've put together for you a 3-part vocal series called Free the Voice. It's going to be available on Skillshare. I'll leave all the links below for you for your learning pleasure. So let's go ahead and get started. It is helpful to know, it's really helpful to know that your body, your precious miracle of a body, is having its own experience when you sing. That's crucial because the voice is such a sophisticated machine. So sometimes we're so caught up in our own minds, we're having reactions or criticisms about our singing in our minds that we don't always feel what's going on. So we want to engage the body in the early, subtle stages of how to actually produce sound. That way we can build your voice around openness and freedom, and then strengthen it from there. As we do that, don't be alarmed if your voice suddenly wobbles and shakes, or maybe sounds quite crazy. I know that's really scary, but stay with that. Stay in that experience. That is where you're going to actually find your authenticity, is in the heart of your own experience. So we've got 3 coordinations to talk about today. So we're going to dive into the first one. And if you've been with me for a while watching my channel, you already know how I feel about relaxation. The voice is completely controlled by the nervous system. Again, your body's having its own experience with the voice. So what we want to do is begin our vocalization process by first acknowledging our own existence. Come into your body. Just feel your body. It's not fancy. Just feel that it's there. You may be alarmed at how weird it feels as subtle little pockets of tension release themselves. Just take a moment or 2 to breathe. Don't control anything about this process. Just relax. Just relax. When you've got a good sense of just being anchored in your body, go ahead and feel what it feels like to open your throat. Good. Now, can you do that very subtly? Good. Very good. Now, as we open the throat, we're just going to sigh out nice and even. Nice and even. Normal. Doesn't have to be crazy pitch. Just ah. Go ahead and try it again. Ah. Very, very good. One more time. Ah. Very good. Now, as we open the body, we create a pathway for the breath to flow outward. And as we consider the feeling of a sigh sensation, it allows any fluctuations in the air or any force with the air to even itself out. We're creating ease and flow. So now that we've done that, let's, in our mind's eye, just relax our jaw and our tongue and the back of our throat. These are the 3 huge limiters of the voice. I used to have a vocal production and speech teacher that would say, like, tension is the murderer of vibrations. And I used to think that was so dramatic. But she was right. She was right. Tension will destroy vibrations. So it's really important that we consider this in our vocal training. We're just going to relax, and we can use our hands, rest them gently on your face. Feel that downward pull of gravity. Good. Just take a moment. Watch your tongue. Can you relax your tongue? Can you relax the back of your throat? Good. Now gently open your throat the way we just did. And sigh. And as you do, see if anything moves. See if anything jerks in response to that sigh. If it doesn't, good job. Good job. Let's try it together. Good. Nothing moved. Nothing moved. Go ahead and try it again. That felt quite good, quite open and easy. Let's pick a different pitch. Relax. Open the throat. Sigh. Again. Very good. So you might have noticed immediately you get an increase of sound, but without the effort. So let's see if we can create this sighing flow as we're relaxing, and then we're going to take the hands away and see if we can recreate this sighing flow. That way our body can get a feeling of what it feels like to stay open as we create the sound. So any pitch you want, we're just exploring here. Good, one more time. Very good. Now take the hands away. Feel the openness. Beautiful. Beautiful work, guys. You want to guide your body, and you want to demonstrate that this is how you want it to move forward. You want it to feel that making voice feels like relief. Feels like relief. It can stay calm and open itself, and it doesn't have to react and hide and limit and pinch itself off. So our first sensation absolutely honors that we create the path for the air to flow, and we relax as we're doing so. This will inform the voice. This is how to move forward. So our second sensation is a little trickier, but not by much. Now that we've learned what we've learned, our second sensation is one of acoustics. We want our airflow to move into our resonating spaces. So I want you to repeat after me. Feel the difference. Go ahead. Feel the difference between making it happen and letting it happen. Let's try that again together. Feel the difference between making it happen and letting it happen. Our breath is the boss of us, always has been, always will be. So as we create this nice, even, steady, effortless outward flow, we now want the air to flow into resonating spaces, but we want to let this process happen. We do not want to make it happen. So we don't want to place our voice with our mind. We don't want to go, We don't. We just want to be so still that those vibrations go where they need to go, and the breath will carry it. It will completely carry your voice easy and evenly into your resonating spaces. But again, as we open up new resonating spaces, don't be surprised if your voice wobbles or if it breaks. Just stay with that sensation. Stay with it. So we're going to quickly play with the alignment of the head and the neck to help us activate some of these resonating spaces. So we're going to actually start at the top with our higher notes. Go ahead and relax your jaw, relax your face, and the tongue. Very good. Now take a physical snapshot of what your throat feels like. neutral, open-ish. Good. Good. Now from here, bow your head. You feel now that your throat's been narrowed. Now that is the word. It's not been pinched. It's not closed. So you don't want to be down here because it puts pressure on the throat, see? So I'm just going to lift it so I can feel the narrowing, but not the pressure. So lift, narrow. Good. Now keeping your jaw and your tongue and your throat totally relaxed, like a wet rag. You're going to send your breath up into your nose spaces. Yeah, you're just going to see what happens. So if you need to, continue to use your hands to encourage relaxation right here. But I'm just going to feel like, and I'm just going to send my breath. I'm not going to place it. I'm not going, Can you hear the influence of the back of my throat and my tongue as I try to do that? Try to reach for those notes. Matter of fact, let's feel that together. Let's see what we don't want. So, we got that C note. We do not want to reach up for anything. We don't need to. We don't need to. The breath will carry itself up to that note. So, tilt the head down. Relax the jaw. That's our note. Hear it in your mind. Okay? Take a breath and sigh it out. Good. Feel that difference between I'm going to make it happen and I'm going to let it happen? Let's try it one more time. Yeah. Yes. One more time. Now that we've kind of accentuated, we've activated that specific space, which is where that C note goes inside of your head. If you feel that you can maintain your breath there, meaning it's pretty easy to maintain and manage as I'm right there, then try to move your head neutral and see if it goes to the exact same spot that you've just activated. So let's try this together. Bow head. Lift. Very good. Very good. Now, in part 2 of the Free the Voice series, that's where we're at with this acoustics. And the idea is that we can map out your entire acoustic framework from top all the way to bottom, and we can kind of target practice these acoustic spaces, building a little bit more familiarity so that when you sing, your breath is just going to flow evenly into those spaces without you having to work so hard. Because that is the point, right? Freedom. So that's our second coordination. Our third and our last is now that we've created flow and we've relaxed jaw, tongue, and throat, and we've touched into some acoustic spaces. Now we're going to take our mind and focus it into an isolation of the vocal cords themselves. So one thing you should know is that low notes are forward and high notes are backwards. The chords work a lot like rubber bands. So they'll stretchy, forward, backward. An imagery that really helps me is like a bow and arrow. It really is, that's exactly how it feels on the inside. But let me explain just a little bit further. So as you create a low note, pretend for a moment that this is your larynx. The muscle that governs the low notes is down here. It's called thyroid muscle. You don't have to remember that. The muscle that governs high notes is up here. It looks like a beautiful little rainbow. That's called your arytenoid muscle. So as we create a low note, the thyroid contracts the larynx into a downward position, making your chords shorter and thicker. When you create a high note, the arytenoid muscle up top here, really pretty rainbow, pulls against it. There's where it feels like a bow and arrow. It pulls against it and it makes your chords thinner and longer. High note, right? But they don't go up and they don't go down. They go forward and back. This is truth, fact. So we're going to isolate what this feels like. if we can isolate this feeling, you got it, we can build around it. And that's exactly what we want to do. So I like to touch things. I don't know if you noticed. I'm always touching, always touching. It's just a way for me to stay focused. But you don't have to. But it's fun. It's fun. You can learn a lot about your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to try a low note. Just any old low note. And as you create the low note, you may notice that it feels like the note comes forward to touch your fingers. Comes forward, touches fingers. Now, if you were to go into a higher note from there, I'd feel, even though they're very close together, these notes, I can feel that do 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 happening on the inside going this way. So let's try that together. So we're gonna, same rules apply. Feel that openness, open the throat, jaw, tongue, throat, all relaxed. Good. Feels just nice to relax. Now let's try a little wiggle together. Here we go. Can you feel it just gently going forward and backward? Good. Let's pick a different note. I like that one. You see how open this is? It's a really lovely, open sound. And being able to isolate your vocal cords will give you a little bit more accuracy, strength, agility. All good stuff, all good stuff. So let's do one final one together. Where do we want to be? Ga. That sounds good. See how clear, open, clean, good. Each one of these sensations builds the framework for the entire voice. The entire thing, guys. So if you can work with one at a time, what you have done is you're building this into muscle memory. So you're teaching your body to orient itself, meaning tune. It's like tuning towards openness, ease, steadiness. And the gift in all of this is that you can feel everything. You know how to tune yourself and your mind into the vocal experience, making you an awesome singer because you know how to guide your voice. So this orients everything, guys. If you're interested, like I said before, each one of these coordinations has its own full-length lesson. These lessons are available on Skillshare. I will leave all those links below for you if you're interested in checking them out. But play with these. That's my dog Mabel being all toughy. Yeah. But play with these a little bit every single day. It's helpful if you can go slow. Nothing's more important than your experience itself. You will find your authenticity and your confidence inside of the experience. Okay? There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please be sure to give it a thumbs up or click the subscribe button below. I love you guys. You are such a huge part of my musical family, and I appreciate so much being a part of your vocal journey. So thank you again for hanging out with me today, and I will see you again next time. Bye.